Alright boys, welcome back. So Escanor, as you just saw in the intro, has got a new intro, which is the first of its kind. And to me, as someone who loves speculating characters, going over characters I want to see in the future, this just opens the door for so many characters that, one, have been skipped that can now be hopefully playable with this intro, but also some characters that deserve repeats, like how we got Escanor. Because boys, simply put, despite skinny Escanor being prominent in obviously Escanor's artwork, it literally is just a ultimate Escanor, but sold as another version. This is the first Escanor ever, or even character ever, to get a double festival. We've never had two characters of the same forms get two festivals. And especially for me, when I have so many complaints about other festival characters that deserve more attacks, this is now the possibility of Netmarble redoing festivals to give them one new ultimate, new look, and a new style that is going to fit right into Grand Cross after this update. So boys, today we're going to be going over all my possible characters that I want to see that could possibly have intros, but also some fresh ideas that you may not even realize that could be playable now with this intro. Now, obviously, assuming right now that every character that's going to get a special intro are going to only be UR Festival characters, some of the characters I'm about to name off probably might not even make it to being a festival character, but hey, if they want to make it something cool, this will be the way to do it. And some of these characters, I guess, would just be standard SSRs, but let's just talk about it anyway. Alright, so we gotta start off with the one I thought instantly when I saw this new mechanic into Grand Cross, and that is Assault Mode Meliodas. I will say, just because Escanor is a transforming character, it doesn't necessarily mean that every single character to get an intro needs to be transforming. It could just be a simple power-up or just a cool intro that anyone have. But I feel like, once again, just them going back and redoing iconic scenes, iconic characters, this is the way to do it. And the next biggest character you can add that will just sell, once again, millions of pounds would be obviously Assault Mode Meliodas. Now, Assault Mode Meliodas in Grand Cross has been shafted. This character just didn't really like how he played in game. And one of my biggest problems with Assault Mode Meliodas was he didn't do some of his more iconic moves, like his spinning tornado, for example. So I guess I thought they could release a blue or red version of Assault Mode Meliodas, but it just wouldn't really work because the character stats are bad. His ultimate's not that great. But now, once again, with this new intro effect and the fact that we can get repeated festival characters now, this will be the perfect way to do it. He starts off in this actual form right here, and then boom, he does a massive scream, breaks his armor, and then boom, he's in Assault Mode Meliodas. This would be a perfect character to get a new intro, and one that I honestly want to see for the New Year Festival now. And once again, there's so many more moves he does in obviously the Escanor fight that we didn't get to see him use, and even some other fights, I guess, later on with a full counter in the future. Tyrant Killer, which is what the melee I thought we were going to get at the end of last year was going to be. We could literally now get the end of 70s Meliodas and he be an Assault Mode Meliodas, who I thought they were going to do again because it'd be confusing. So I thought they were going to do like a combined attack. I don't know what they're going to do, but this one has to come next. Or at least not next, but at least at the end of the year. One of my most wanted characters is still yet to be added to the game is the Derieri and Monspeet. Now, once again, their intro would be pretty sick. It's simply put, they just sacrifice their hearts. A quick, like, 2-second intro where they transform. It just works, and once again, it will be perfect for them. And hey, at this point, if they did it, I would forgive Netmarble for not releasing these characters sooner because they were saving it for the right moment. But once again, I don't feel like the fact there's two of them, maybe they're a dual unit, I don't know, but the fact that it's, you know, they're not really festival worthy. I mean, they are if they were released back then, but now I'm not too sure. But I can't lie and say this wouldn't be one of the better intros in the game. One of the characters that I thought were going to be coming for this anniversary is the Yggdrasil Cloth King, where he gets his special armor. However, in order to get his armor and this effect, he had to get buffed up by Diane and also copied by Gopher, which I didn't really talk about in my video about how they could like incorporate it to his skills, but now with the intros, hey, that could work. You see Gopher Diane buff him up, boom, he's got his armor, and that is how the character's going to play in game. That would be pretty cool. I would love to see it, and that is just once again going to add more effects towards these characters that I really want to see in game. This one, honestly, would love to see in game because that means Veronica would technically now be playable in game. Berserk Meliodas is a character we all want to see in game. It's been 5 years and we still don't have him. He's such a cool character. I love his design. His blank face with that scar just looks super cool. Even some of his animations through some boss fights just look sick as well. And how cool would his intro be where Veronica walks in, he holds up the chain, it breaks, and Melly comes out in Berserk mode? Once again, that'd be such a cool intro to kind of capture these iconic moments in these intros. It would be super cool. So yeah, that is another character. Once again, I wouldn't mind seeing at the end of the year. It's funny because every year we always get new Meliodas, and we kind of go on every Meliodas now. But once again, going back towards the intros and kind of go back and give us iconic moments with these intros. So at this point, they can really just do every Meliodas again. Not really a transformer character, but one I think will definitely get one is the full Kamehameha. Not too sure what they'll do. Maybe he just comes in all menacingly. Maybe he does actually transform. But I do think now that we've got intros, he's probably going to get one. People that have been waiting a while for him, at least you're now going to get a cool effect for it. The original demon. It works. I mean, we kind of already have one in game already. When you start the original demon, you get an intro effect where you get to see it. So they could literally just copy that and put that into Grand Cross. I mean, obviously he's kind of big, but they could shrink him down a little bit. Personally, if they do decide to do it, I do hope they remake the intro design and at least incorporate Chandler and Cusack a little bit, just so you see them merge, because it'd be pretty sick to see them again. Not too sure how this one work, but I would love to see it in game. One of my favorite moments in 7 Days Sins, where Diane is defeated and King comes down. Skinny King, once again, we haven't gotten a Skinny King in a very long time. And how cool would it be to get classic King again in his actual iconic outfit, capturing one of the most iconic scenes from season 1. I would love it. It'd be a pretty simple one, but once again, it'll be sick, man. I mean, arguably festival worthy, depending on who you ask, but Demon Hendrickson, this is something I've been wanting for a while, where you kind of go back and redo some characters. I would love a dual type festival where you have 2 festivals releasing, where we get a revenge counter Meliodas and also a Demon Hendrickson, very much like how Dokkan do the celebrations. And yeah, once again, getting a Demon Hendrickson where he transforms would be pretty sick, because once again, I feel like this guy deserves it a little bit. I know we got shafted a little bit in Grand Cross. I guess my main point and the main thing I want to see with these intros is just them doing iconic moments and going back and doing the iconic scenes. The next one I think is very much likely, and that is going to be Purgatory Bond. I feel like this is almost just waiting to happen. Purgatory Bond spawning outside of Fork and doing an iconic pose where he looks down and then looks up, obviously. This one, as much as I hate Purgatory Bond after what he did with him during the 2nd anniversary, I can't lie and say I would love this and would love to see him in game. This one I feel like is possible now. Demon Gopher, if you don't know the conspiracy or at least theory behind why we haven't gotten him in game yet, is because the voice actor died. And I do know from a lot of other games too that they don't like to do stuff with the voice actor if they've already died. So that is a theory why we haven't gotten a Demon Gopher yet in game, because the voice actor's passed away. However, that doesn't mean we can't get Ten Commandment Gopher, who has an intro where obviously behind the scenes you see Demon Gopher in the background controlling him. The playable character would be Gopher, but at least you know behind the scenes Demon Gopher is controlling. That'll be probably the best way I can see them adding to the game at this point. Once again, a character that won't be a festival probably, but Fimo Sario, why not? I get they want to make these specials and they're only going to do it for big festivals, but it'd be pretty sick if we can get for some other cool characters too. Alright boys, so that is going to wrap up the 7 Days Sins part of the video. There's some Fortnite ones that I want to talk about that likely will happen now that we know Fortnite's coming towards the game, and these are going to come in probably likely next year actually, by the time we catch up towards that part of the anime. So if you haven't watched the anime season 1 or read obviously the manga, then skip past. We're only going to cover season 1 content, so there's no manga spoilers. If you've watched the anime, we can talk about it. So yeah, the first one is of course my one I want the most here is Fortnite's Apocalypse Arthur. This is him coming down from his stairway of heaven. This will be one of the sickest intros in game, and if they do it, honestly, I don't know what I could do to Netmarble, but like this will be by far the best thing they could ever add into the game. Mela Gallant? I don't know how you pronounce the name. The combination of Gallant and Melascular combined into one, having a cool transformation like how we see the original demon, would be pretty sick as well if we ever get those characters. Percival. I feel like Percival is just going to have one, not the new one coming out. We're going to be getting probably likely in 2 weeks time. But when we do get a festival Percival, because we will be getting a festival Percival, just him coming in with minions, him having a glow all around him, will be a pretty sick intro and would love to see it. Lancelot's reveal is an iconic moment in Fortnite Apocalypse, and this one I can just see them doing. I'm not going to put any anime clips because I haven't watched it myself yet. I'm still waiting to react to it, so we'll have a manga panel. But yeah, this one is actually probably going to happen when we get him. And I just throw the 2 at the end as well, but Tristan and Gawain, once again, all these characters probably in festivals, probably going to have intros. Tristan, not entirely too sure which one they could do. Once again, it'll be just him probably going berserk if they want to do the one during the end of season 1. And then Gawain will probably have some cool fire effects. So boys, yes, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you're now hyped for these intros and hyped for the characters that we could possibly get in based on the intros alone. Let me know the one you want to see the most. I think for me personally is by far would probably have to be the Sop Meliodas one. Just him in that armor and then breaking out of the perfect cube, or just going berserk and seeing him transform. I can't lie, that would just be top grosser probably. So boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.